It's like you told me, go for it slowly. It's not a race till the end. Well, you look like yourself, but you're somebody else. Only it ain't on the surface. Well, you talk like yourself. No, I hear someone else. Though now you're making me nervous.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome back to Morning Coffee with Rick Alexander. This week we're not doing the sideshow and we're not doing Lionheart Radio. We're doing 5 straight episodes of Morning Coffee. And the theme is, should you jump? So maybe there's a relationship you're in, maybe there's a job you're doing, or maybe you just see the situation that you're in life and you're thinking like, I gotta move, man. Like I don't know, like I was in Maine at one point and I was like, I gotta be out west. Like that just feels right for me. And so maybe you're out west. Right now as I talk to you, I'm already in Australia. So, I mean, I decided it was time. I needed to make that jump. I thought about it. I wanted to try it out. So I got an apartment in Sydney and I'm gone. And look, I understand the decision to jump can be hard. It can be big. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to outline the ways that I think about it. Because I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, I have never had less stability in my life, and I've never been more happy than I am right now. Just totally pursuing all of the things I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to be a writer. I've always wanted a radio show. I'm headed in that direction, and I'm going to share with you the reasons why. So we've talked about values. We've talked about growth and freedom. We've talked about control over our own lives. We've talked about evolving past situations that we're in. Today, I want to talk about where you're putting your focus. See, think about like you're driving. Everybody knows where you look is where you're going to drive. Now, it might not be at first, but you certainly cannot drive down the road and look in the rearview mirror the entire time, right? Where you look is where you're going to go. Now, where your thoughts are is going to drive your actions. And that is plain and simple. Like that is literally how this thing works. Now, when I started thinking about making my decision to jump, one of the reasons that always stuffed me back into the job, into taking the paycheck, into taking the bonus, into doing these things was because I could not stop focusing on lack. Now, it's a key, like it is a buzzword for entrepreneurs now to be like, you just need to focus on abundance, right? And I get sick of hearing it myself, but here's the deal. Dude, the universe is fucking huge. We don't even know where it ends, right? We don't even know where it ends. We don't even know where the middle of the universe is. There are so many resources in this life that we have. You're not gonna run out of them. Now, if you keep focusing on what you don't have, you are going to be correct every single time. It's like that super cliche Ford quote that's like, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Yeah, no shit. Like if you think you can't, if you think you're not ever going to make money, if that's all you focus on, that's where you're going to go. It's going to drive your actions and you're not going to be able to do it. So there comes a point where when you look at this thing that you want to do in the world, or you look at this decision to pivot or to jump into the next thing, and what you need to ask yourself is all of the reasons that it's going to work out. Really think about how you're going to make this thing work, because it's going to drive your actions. If you focus on why it can't, then you're going to be right every time. See, when I thought about leaving the military, I'd always be like, well, what about money though? Like, yeah, I got the entrepreneur thing, but I'm scared. I mean, I make good money in the military. And so because I focused on what wouldn't work out, I decided to re-enlist, right? And I will tell you that was like one of the hardest decisions in my life, because I re-enlisted and I was instantly overcome with guilt. Now, I want to be super clear here. Like when I talk about the military, I'm not talking, dude, if you are in the military, like I am with you. I get it. But like for me, it wasn't resonate. I was not being authentic to what I really wanted. So when I re-enlisted, I knew it was for the money. Now, anybody that's done a job like the military knows that the money is the last fucking reason you should do a job that hard. So for me, it was really highlighting this stark contrast. But what I don't want for you is to focus on all the reasons it's not going to work out and then to shriek back into what's comfortable and then instantly realize how unhappy you are, because that's what happened to me. I looked at what could happen. I looked at all the things that couldn't go right, and I was like, oh, fuck, I got to re-enlist. And so I re-enlisted, and I got the money. And you know what problem was solved? None. I just had guilt with money. That's it. And so what I don't want for you is to focus on what it wouldn't work, shriek back to what is comfortable, and then realize, damn, I should have still jumped, right? And maybe whatever you're thinking about jumping is not, it doesn't require a contract. Like that's a whole different animal. I understand that. But still, as you're looking to what work and what might not work, you have to focus on why it could go right. You have to focus on why the thing that you're thinking about jumping to could work. Because if you don't, you're going to shriek back. The reasons that you're going to shriek back might not even exist. Like I said, abundance is a buzzword, but goddamn, we live in an abundant universe. There is an amount of, nobody has all of the money. Like, do you understand that? There's not somebody out there that has all the money and they're only allowing you to get some. That is not how this life works. You're going to get what you focus on. You're going to get what you deserve, right? And so if you focus on the right things and you do the groundwork and you hustle and you do what you need to do, you will get the amount of money that you need. You will get the amount of money that you deserve, that you are working toward. And this is something my relationship with money, like I just told you, I did a whole extra tour in the military because my relationship with money was not good. But at the end of the day, what you focus on is what you're going to get in life. It's your thoughts are going to drive your actions. And so if you keep focusing on all the reasons you shouldn't jump, you're never going to jump. And you are going to live a life of quiet desperation. And that sucks to face, but that is literally how this thing works. Like I said, nobody's out there hoarding resources. If you want money, you can get money. Like if you want resources, you can get resources. What you cannot get more of is time. And that is final. Like our time is finite. Everything else, completely abundant. Time, not so much. So don't spend your time avoiding something that is actually abundant in this life. Right? So that's good. That's like literally the worst case scenario when we talk about jumping. It's like you end up trading all of this time that you have, the only time that you have, for a resource that is out there. Like because you were focusing on the wrong thing. I hope this is making sense to you. I hope that as you look at your decision to jump, you don't not do it because you're scared of what you won't have. That's the craziest reason not to jump. If you're looking at a pivot, you got to focus on what could go right. Otherwise, you're going to stay in a situation you're unhappy with, and then your time's going to run out. And that's the only resource you actually won't get more of. I love you guys. I'll talk to you Friday on Morning Coffee.